Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So just finished recording my channel updates. We're not going to do too much of a huge blurb here before we dive into the Spy Family chapter stuff. As I mentioned yesterday, in those videos again, just going to put the kind of disclaimer here. There is a buzzing sound in the background. My fan is running to help cool me off because it's like 30 degrees outside and I'm boiling. So make sure I don't have, heat stroke or anything else. Fans going on. But like I said yesterday, I did a couple of tests. The noise shouldn't be drowning out my voice or anything else. I'm compensating by talking a little bit louder. So like mildly distracting kind of droning noise, but hopefully it shouldn't drown me out or, kind of ruin anything else about the chapter or about the video. I just wanted to let you know in case you're wondering what that noise was. So without further ado, it's a good thing I got caught up with the other chapters yesterday. Let's dive into Spy Family Chapter 47 by Tetsuya Endo, with a translation by Casey Lowe and lettering by Rina Mappa. So we pick up where we left off with the last chapter, with the ominous kind of knock, knock, knock on the door. And yours like, Director McMahon? And she slowly kind of goes up to the door and looks through the little peephole outside. And she sees kind of like one of the waiters just, hands crossed with this spread table in front of him. And Nora's like, oh, it's just room service. And Shadi's like, but I didn't order anything. And Yor hears a click. And she just, next moment, just woof, moves, jumps towards Shadi and knocks her down to the ground. There's a bunch of bullets get shot through the door towards them. And she moves them out onto the bed, out of the way of the bullets. She's like, bah, 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 bah. And it's just shooting through the door. And you see the waiter just with the gun with the silencer popping out a clip, loading a new one. And his eyes have just got like all ominous looking as he kind of just slowly is he's parked himself like to the side of the door so he can kind of open it in case someone tries to throw something at him. Now as he's doing so, you see a thunk, and a dart hits him right in the back of his gun hand, and he's like, ah! And you see another one one hits him in his open hand, and then another one hits him in his gun hand, and you have an ugh! And you see McMahon running up with darts clenching between his fingers. And first she was like, he stole darts from the bar? And Nora's like, that's the director! And you see the gunman trying to pull the gun on McMahon with the click. And you have a gah! And you see a whoosh as a knife gets sent flying through the door, I assume, with the oh, god damn. You see a whoosh as a throwing knife gets sent flying through the door with a crack, and you see the gunman just getting impaled so hard he goes flying across and gets impaled on the other side deck door. And you see kind of like this gaping hole in the door, through the door where Yor is, as the twang. As Yor goes, I'll ask you to refrain from using firearms when there's a baby present. And first it was just like, ugh. I was like, whoa. McMahon's kind of just like sweating a little bit. Jeff, get him into the room. Try not to leave a blood trail. It's like, okay. And you see the drag him into the room, kind of just cover up his body, wrap his body up in a sheet. And she goes, so there are multiple enemies on board? It's like the itinerary was leaked. We need to leave this room. And he goes, there are several vacant rooms in second class. Leave here immediately and take these 3 to one of them. And she's like, and you, sir? He goes, I'll meet up with you as soon as I've taken care of things here. I see him tack as he starts dialing the phone. She's like, right, got it. And he goes, if there's a public incident, the captain might decide to return to port. He goes, hide your faces with these masks just in case. And she's like, nods, and he goes, if you can't hide the body, it's best to avoid fighting entirely. And he's like, hurry. And you see Yor escorting First Seal and Shadi out of the cabin. And you hear, hello, guest services? It's like, oh, hello, this is room 8053. I have to apologize. My wife and I had a little spat. I'm afraid I broke the door. Yes, a new room would be... And you see back in the hall wherever the greasy looking guy doing all the phone monitoring is hiding goes, I've lost all contact with the knocker. That proves that the shoddy in room 8053 is our target. There's a husband listed in the ship's manifest too. And that woman I heard her talking to, which makes a group of at least 3, not counting the baby. It's like her guards, maybe. They seem to be changing rooms. I'm sure the new room is just a decoy. And because someone got impatient now, we've lost the element of surprise. It's like if our guards really are from the garden, this isn't going to be easy. We need to work together. And you see this Lupin-looking guy with these glasses, black sharp cut hair, and like these sideburns, surrounded by a bunch of other greasy-looking guys. As they go, that means no fighting amongst ourselves. The bounty gets split evenly, and we all share information. One of them goes, "Sounds like a hassle to me. It'd be a lot quicker just to kill every woman on board with a baby." Oh, and you see one of the other ones stabs a knife into his ear, as another one stabs him to the middle of the chest. Or as the speaker stabs him to the middle of the chest. And he goes, "We're hitmen, not psychopaths. Ours is a business built on trust." And they knock him overboard. And it goes, "I said no infighting, but he wasn't one of us, so it doesn't count. Several VIPs from the family are on board this ship. If you want to get paid, do not draw any unnecessary attention. And I trust you, our ops man, will be sharing everything you hear, no matter how trivial. We've paid a considerable sum for your services." And he goes, "I sell information equally. Good luck getting ahead of everyone." And he's like, tum tum tum. As they're wearing kind of like these ball masks, like the wear for masquerades. As the first he'll go, "So, don't you think these masks would make us look more suspicious? Or more conspicuous?" I love how Graham's wearing like one of those plague doctor masks with like the little hook. He's like, and also kind of stupid. And Nora's like, "Don't worry, they're having a masquerade ball in the second deck lounge. So please keep them on no matter what. Also, please listen to what I'm about to say without turning to look." They're like, "Huh?" She goes, "I think we're being followed." And you see, first look has a nervous tick. And she goes, "Ever since we left the room." He's like, "Yikes, so what are we going to do?" And she goes, "We lose him before he can figure out our destination. We'll blend into the crowd at the lounge and cause a disturbance." So that should work, right? And you see someone whispering something on a radio as he goes, "At the stern, maybe to the second deck lounge. Advise moving now." And you see you're going, "We're here." And she has a jolt as she goes inside. She's like, "Bloodlust. They're coming for us in this crowd?" And you see just a room full of people in these masquerade masks walking around. And she goes, "If I intercept and kill them, it would make a scene. And then the ship would turn back before the rendezvous." First he's like, so... And she goes, "May I borrow this?" It's like, "Huh?" It's like, "I have to do this without killing anyone." And you see one of the guys wearing a mask going, "Do they sense they're in danger?" "Perhaps, but not where it's coming from." He goes, "You're already dead. I'll brush right by you and give you a tiny prick of this poison. In a few seconds, this will all be over." You see, he's got like this little needle on one of his fingers. That's pretty well hidden. And you see you're just kind of whipping around with her assassin eyes as you shoot, and you see she ripped a button off Ursula's jacket and she just sends it flying. And she hits him on the jaw so hard his head goes sitting sideways as the button bounces off the table and goes flying. And the guy just wobbles around and lands in a chair as one of the waiters is like, "I'm going to have to cut you off, sir." And he was like, "Whew, got him." And first is like, "Huh? What just happened? You're going to give me back that button?" And you see the guy that was tailing them going, What did she do?" It's like, "Damn it." It's like, "Hey, Andre, they're entering the lounge. Don't lose them. The dark-haired lady's probably a bodyguard. Get in her blind spot to target the blonde. You have Roger." You see, as they're making their way through the ball, there's people kind of slow dancing. And you see one of the other assassins trying to reach out for them. And Yor just grabs both of his hands with hers, and she goes, "What's this? You're asking me to dance?" And she squeezes, and he goes, "You'll have to forgive me. I'm a terrible dancer." And if you can believe it, and she starts like fluttering, like spinning him around. She goes, "I'm actually a married woman, so I'm afraid it's not right." And she just crushes his hand and then smacks him in the face, knocking him in the jaw, so he gets knocked out. And she jumps him in a chair and she bows and goes, "Enjoy your evening." It's like, "Why don't you rest here for a while?" It's like, "Andre, what happened? Respond." And she's like, "I think we finally lost them. Let's hurry downstairs and cut through the promenade to the second class area. First, he was like, okay. And you see deck 4, shopping promenade. Jeff, Papa! Anya's like, I need to have the skeleton keychain. And he's like, it's just junk. Why would they even sell that on a cruise ship? He's just stomping feet. He's like, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. He's like, it's time to head back to the room now. And he goes, or is it? And he glances back at this potted plant and he goes, there are listening devices everywhere on this ship. I suppose that's not a surprise. Considering all the celebrities and political elites who are on board, there must be quite a contingent of SSS agents lurking around monitoring them all. And it's not just the Triple S. I've spotted a number of suspicious groups. We'll have to be on our best behavior to stay out of the crosshairs. You see Anya just throwing a little tantrum as she's rolling around on the ground going, I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it so bad! And Lloyd's like, our best behavior. And you see two ladies behind him going, aw, why not just buy it for her? It's like, he's such a cutie. And Lloyd's like, no, this needs to stop. They're almost certainly hearing this entire conversation. He goes, a normal parent would have just bought the keychain. What are you, a spy or something? It's like, oh, we got you. We got you, scumbag. And he's thinking this Triple S just pulling up on him. He's like, what should I do? Would a normal parent buy it or would they refuse? It's like, this is such obviously worthless junk. And it does nothing for her education. But on the other hand, I just see it's just a little skeleton with enjoy cruise and a little heart. And he goes, a wrong answer could send me to the gallows. And as he's just kind of stressing out, Anya's like, actually, I guess I don't need it. It's like starting to feel a little guilty. And then she hears, I'm gonna kill him. Like, don't make a scene. Yeah, whatever. The bounty's $400,000 for both the mom and the kid. I ain't playing hitman, kumbaya with that kind of money on the line. And you see this guy with this long black hair tied in a ponytail, full beard, with this grim, intense look on his face, walking by as he goes, I'll flog him to death right now. And every last dollar will go to old Sickle and Chain Barnaby. And Anya's like, Sickle and Chain Barnaby? Who's that? And she's like kind of peeking up from behind the wall, watching him. And he's thinking, is that them? According to the radio chatter I intercepted, the black-haired lady's a Cracker Jack bodyguard. I'll need to kill her first. And Anya sees Yor walking down the hallway with the fur seal and Shotty behind her. And Anya's like, Mama? That hitman is going to battle Mama here? You see Lois still trying to figure out, should I buy it or not? And I was just imagining what'll happen as the guy's just gonna go, I'll frog you right to death as he just shoots out a frog. Frog on a chain. And she imagines you're freaking out, being like, eek, I hate frogs, and just kicking him and knocking him out with an and Lloyd seeing with the, what the heck? He's like, you're a hitman and you hate frogs? I'm leaving you, the Forger family is over. It's like, I'll abandon Anya too. And Anya's just getting more and freaked out as she imagines this scenario. And she goes, this is bad. What do I do? You see her heart's going ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. His Lloyd's like, It's like, listen, Anya, I want to apologize. He's like, phew, and he puts on this beatific face. He's like, just a normal dad, a good dad. He's like, I'll buy you this keychain as a special memento of our time on this ship. And Anya just freaks and it's like, who cares about that now? It's like, Grrr, stay back. And he's like, what? And you see that Yor and the assassin are still, Sickle and Chain, Barnaby are still just heading towards each other. Next chapter is June 27th. Oh, looks like the series is taking a month off. But I got no complaints. The author honestly deserves a break. Can't wait to see this. So, thoughts, I guess, quick recap thoughts. Like, again, not really, like, content-wise, not a lot happened this chapter. It was just, like, more, just, kind of plot progression stuff. I do appreciate that we're kind of getting to see, like, Yor's more competent side, and her skills as an assassin. Like, I really appreciate, like, how quickly and effectively she's taking these people out, kind of showcasing her skills as an assassin. So I'm really happy that we're finally, again, like, getting like more your showcases and kind of seeing more of her development and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how this like interaction, everything plays down. I'm still maintaining the theory or idea that Yor is going to bump into Lloyd and Anya, and I don't know if she's either gonna have to like reveal her mission or like make up a story for why they need to like stay with her in the cabin. I still feel like that's the direction it's gonna go. Is that First Seal and Shadi will have to hide with Anya and Lloyd in their cabin in third class. I feel like that's the way it's heading anyway, but we'll see. I could be wrong. That's always the highlight of all these chapters is just Anya's overactive imagination, and just the faces she makes always gets me every time. Just gives me such a good laugh. I feel like there's got to be some kind of pun with like why she's imagining there's a chain, like a frog tied to the chain, and like that was what was being tossed out. I don't know if this was like some inside joke or something else, or if this was a pun like related to this. But I guess I'll have to like either look that up or it'll just be something that remains a mystery. I was a little bit taken aback by the level of brutality in this chapter. Like on the one hand, I shouldn't be surprised. Like Yor is an assassin, of course, he's gonna be going around and killing people. But I think it's just because we've had so much wholesomeness for the last couple of chapters, and like so much focus on more of like more wholesomeness, more on Lloyd and Anya's story. I guess that's why I've been like the sudden like increase in violence is kind of a little bit took me back a little bit just tonally, but it is still consistent with the story. I think it actually does work, kind of having that kind of dissonant reaction to now seeing the uptick in violence. I'm wondering how much further it's going to go, like how excessive the bloodshed is going to be, and it's be interesting to see what they do for a shonen manga like this one. But yeah, no real big complaints about that. I just like just getting to finally see Yor flex a little bit and kind of show off her skills. I'm also wondering if we're going to see more development between her and Lloyd, if we're going to see like the build up more of a romance during this arc with the stuff that's going on. Like, because if my idea is right, if Yor is like, oh, First Seal and Shari will have to stay with us, blah blah blah, and they're trying to like maintain this image of like a happy married couple, I wonder if that's gonna like force them to start developing like more feelings for them, because they have to like pretend to be more romantic, pretend to be like an actual couple and things, to try to throw off suspicion. So I wonder if we'll see more of that, how that's going to kind of play into like other ideas are tossed out about potentially Yor's kind of development of like maybe thinking about leaving the assassin life behind, like actually starting a real family, things like that. But apart from that, not much to say. It was a really good chapter. It continues to be one of my absolute favorite series, running in Jump right now. Like I said, Endo-san really does deserve a break. So I'm glad that they're taking some time off to kind of recover, and next chapter's coming out in a month, so that gives me kind of a little bit of time to get caught up on some other stuff as well. As always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you all enjoyed the recent glut of Spy Family content. Like I said, channel update will be out tonight. Till next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.